kính chào quý khán thính giả và cũng xin chào đón quý vị vào chương trình của chúng tôi hôm nay. Kính thưa quý vị, đây là chương trình The Kristine Sa Show và Kristine một lần nữa xin kính chào quý khán thính giả. Kính thưa quý vị, hôm nay chúng tôi đã trở lại với nhà hàng L8 tại thành phố Westminster, miền Nam California. Một lần nữa đó là nhà hàng L8. Like the letter L, like the number 8. And we're back here because we just love it here. Và chúng tôi có mặt ở đây để nói chuyện với một cô ca sĩ với một tài năng thật là đặc biệt. Kính thưa quý vị, cô ấy hát nhạc Việt Nam, nhưng cô ấy là một người Mỹ Latin. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Vietnamese show. You're watching the Kristine Sa Show. That wasn't Vietnamese. This is in English, and I'm Kristine saying welcome to you in English. My languages are a little messed up today, and I'm slightly not functional because I'm a little bit sick, so please forgive me. But we're here again at L8 in Westminster, Southern California, and we're talking with a very special and talented young lady who sings fluently in Vietnamese, but she is not Vietnamese. Let's meet her, yes? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Helen Elena Lopez. Welcome.
You. Helen xin chào Kristine. Helen xin kính chào quý khán giả của Kristine Sa Show.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness, Helen. Welcome so much. It's such a great pleasure to see how fluent you are. The audience doesn't know, but before the camera started rolling, Helen was speaking to me in Vietnamese, and I was so pleasantly surprised. So first, I guess I'm curious to know, what is your background?
My background, like ethnically, is that what you mean? Ethnically, I'm Spanish. My parents, my whole family's Spanish. We don't have any Vietnamese blood or Asian blood in us whatsoever.
My goodness.
But I'm born here, so I'm sort of really Americanized.
Where were you born exactly? Where'd you grow up?
I was born in Riverside, California.
Riverside,
Grew up there. I still live there, as a matter of fact.
Ah.
So I commute out here to the Orange County area practically every day. And a lot of people ask me, Helen, why don't you just move out here? But my home is in Riverside, my family's out there, my parents. So that's where my roots are. So for now, I'm just happy commuting back and forth.
But it seems like you have roots in the Vietnamese community.
I do.
So can you tell us about that? First off, I mean, how did this begin, your love for Vietnamese culture?
Well, I've always had a fascination with the Asian culture since junior high. And first, I started out with the Chinese and with the Japanese culture. Started watching the shows on TV. They have the soap operas in Japanese, and I would be addicted to those. And then when I got into high school, I met one or two Vietnamese friends, and they invited me to parties. I would go to their house, and their parties were so different than the American kids' parties or the Latin kids' parties.
Really?
Yes. The Latin kids' parties and the American parties, you go there, and everybody was drinking, playing all these drinking games, and they would be smoking like unusual things. And so it didn't seem fun for me. But going to one of the Vietnamese parties, they had music, dancing, food, and everybody just welcomed me.
I see.
So that's what started it.
So, my goodness, okay, it's good to hear about all that. And my second question was, how many languages do you speak then, Helen?
Actually, tại vì Helen sinh ở bên Mỹ, so Helen không biết nói tiếng Spanish nhiều. Because when I'm little, my parents, they always nói tiếng Anh with all the kids in the house. For some reason, they didn't want to teach us Spanish. The only time they know Spanish was when they were trying to hide something from us. When they didn't want us to know what they were talking about, that's when they would speak Spanish. But growing up, they always spoke to us in English. So Helen không có biết nói tiếng Spanish nhiều. Helen chỉ biết nói chút chút thôi. As a matter of fact, Helen biết nói tiếng Việt nhiều hơn. A lot more Vietnamese than I do Spanish.
Wow, vậy có lẽ nếu mà Helen muốn giấu cái gì thì Helen có thể nói tiếng Việt ở trong nhà.
I do, all the time. All the time.
My goodness. So English and Vietnamese, I guess, and do you speak a little bit of Spanish? But I hear that you sing in all three, is that right?
Yes,
How many other languages do you sing in?
Well, I've tried a little bit of Chinese. Cái bài Mỗi Thu Lá Bay. They have that in Vietnamese and also in Chinese. So I learned the Chinese, but I don't have somebody to really help me with the Chinese. So I don't know how fine-tuned it is. I don't know how clear my accent is. But actually my first love is singing in Vietnamese.
Wow.
So I focus on that.
Is there a technique that you follow to get it right, you know?
A technique?
I mean, I know even for me, I have a really hard time getting all of our accents correct.
Right.
You know, dấu nặng, dấu ngã. I get very confused. So, I mean, how is it for you?
Well, there is a little technique that sometimes I do when I'm by myself, when I'm trying to learn a song or when I'm trying to pronounce something. If something has dấu nặng in it, I sort of like, if I just like say, what has dấu nặng in it? If the word has dấu nặng in it, I'll just sort of like emphasize.
Oh, you make...
Yeah, and if it has dấu sắc, I sort of just maybe use my hand when I say it, and then it sort of like helps my voice to go up. Or if something has hiếu huỳnh, then I just sort of use my hand when I say the word.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
Sense memory then.
Yeah.
So your body remembers what to tell your vocal
Right,
cords
it sort
to
of
do.
helps your vocals. I don't know how it just correlates, but it just sort of helps.
Now, do you know of singers like Delena and, Công Thành và Linh? Do you know Linh?
Yes.
These are singers that also sing in Vietnamese.
Actually, I had went to a Vietnamese club years ago, and at the club, there was this woman with blonde hair, and she was singing a duet with this Vietnamese gentleman. And my friends told me, look at this girl singing. You gotta check her out.
Right.
She is not Vietnamese, but she can sing in Vietnamese, and she has a Vietnamese husband. So I was fascinated by Công Thành và Linh, way back when.
Beautiful.
And I just thought, if I could ever do that someday, wow, I think I would just be the happiest person in the world.
And here you are. Hopefully you are the happiest person in the world. Kính thưa quý vị, chúng tôi phải ngừng một phút. Nhưng sau một phần thông tin thương mại, chúng tôi sẽ trở lại và sẽ nghe cô Helen Elena Lopez hát cho chúng tôi nghe. Thì Kristine xin mời quý vị trở lại với chúng tôi.
Thời báo USA được phát hành rộng rãi hàng tuần trên khắp các tiểu bang. Để đặt mua báo hoặc đăng quảng cáo, xin quý vị liên lạc số toll free 1866 898 6925.